I remember when we were signing papers and doing contracts, they said, don't worry, this truck is going to get trailered everywhere, and you know, we'll make sure that we keep it running for the film. It ended up being so fast and running so good and stopping so good that they drove it everywhere. One of our scenes that we shot, which was the police station scene, was about 45 minutes away from the studio. And they drove the truck. They got in it and they drove that thing to set, and they just had a blast doing it. This truck left for filming in December of 2016. The Jeepres company, they had a long laundry list of things that they wanted to do to the truck. They told me that they wanted to shoot a dark coat over the truck to make it a little bit darker. I asked what that would entail, and it was a clear, flat black, and the way they explained it is it would look as if the truck were wet. Truck arrived, all of the important people came out to look at it, and they reported back to me that they had scrapped all of those things they wanted to do to it because they felt that it was screen ready. And man, that was a very rewarding feeling to know that I had provided them a truck that was basically screen ready. The only thing they wanted to change was the wood in the back. They wanted it to look like old barn wood. And so we belt sanded off all of my varnish, and they had this concoction of dirty water that they hit the clean boards with and made them look old and dirty. And honestly, it was perfect. I was glad they did that because now the floorboard in the back of this truck looks so much better than what I had done. The special effects department, their solution for dealing with the back doors was to take the latches out of the doors. And so you had these free moving doors that wouldn't latch. They couldn't get the doors to stay. They had string on the inside, and so they would pull these doors shut, and then the string had enough give to it that the doors would bounce or they would flop back open. When I set the latches up, I specifically put some thought into that. Having read the script, I knew that these doors had to swing shut and stay. And so I had set the latches up to where if you just slammed the doors, they would just stay in place. They were doing take after take after take, and the doors kept popping open and didn't work right. They were just having a heck of a time, and I was like, well, why don't we just put the latches back in? And man, there was a guy there who really took offense to that, and I mean, he almost kind of, not quite, but kind of got in my face and said, well, do you want to do it? I said, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, the latches will keep the doors closed, in other words, when they come shut. Anyway, I felt bad, and he's an awesome guy. He and I are friends since that happened. I still believe that if they would have just left the latches in the truck, they could have done all the filming they wanted, and it would have been 1 take or 2 takes, and they'd have been done. All they had to do was worry about the timing on the back doors so that the correct one goes shut before the second one. Other than that, those doors would have worked like a charm. Those bright lights. Have you guys noticed that the truck in Jeepres 3 has perfectly clear headlights and a perfectly clear taillight, and all 3 of the running lights operate on the top? I put a lot of work into making the lights look like this. You know, take a look at these lights. They're dirty. They're old and dirty and nasty and beat up like the rest of the truck. And when the truck went to prep, all the lights were dirty. Well, the director decided that he was going to make them all clean. They had to be super bright. I also planned the running lights on the top of the cab of this truck to operate independently. So you can literally have all 3, or you can turn any of them off that you want. That would give the director or whoever the opportunity to make this truck look old and dilapidated. You could turn 2 lights off, you could leave 1 off, have 2 on, whatever you want. But anyway, the choice was made to have perfect lighting, and I always felt like that was a mistake, because to me, the light should be old and yellowed and beat up just like the rest of the truck. And when it went to go work on Jeepres 3, it went ready to film that way, and it was changed.